Hey, how's it going? I wanted to see what kind of meals I could come up with and keeping my budget around $3 a day for a week. Can I have delicious meals? Can I have variety? Now, I've done a few of these challenges before. You can check them out here on YouTube. And usually I head to the grocery store and I do all my shopping strictly for this video to show you everything. This time it's a little different because here at the beginning of 2024, I'm doing a pantry clean out. And the last thing I wanted to do was go out and buy more proteins, buy more pantry staples when I already had them in my house. So what I did is I created this haul based on food I have here, but I will give you the prices of what they would have cost if I had gone and bought them. So breakfast and lunches are really, really simple. The variety is gonna come with dinner. And honestly, that's how I eat anyway.
Keep it real.
Before we move to the next section, if you haven't liked this video yet, that would be amazing if you would give me a thumbs up and let's get cooking. This will be my breakfast for the entire week. I have a pancake and waffle mix, which is basically an add water and make pancakes. And I'm not one for really, really sweet breakfasts, which is why I have peanut butter. Now, I purchased both of these at a discount store. This entire container is 99 cents. And I also picked up the peanut butter for 99 cents as well. I realize not everybody can pick up these products. So if you were just to go to Walmart, their pancake mix is $1.98 and their peanut butter is $1.48 for similar containers. So I have spent about $2 right here. And the best thing about it, breakfast will come together very, very quickly. And it's shelf stable. I can mix up as much as I need for that day, or I can double it, triple it, and have a couple of days ready to go, you know, Eggo waffle style. Pop it in the toaster, pop it in the microwave, bam. Other topping ideas include peanut butter and sliced bananas. You can do jam, of course, you can do syrup. Yogurt is also quite delicious. Welcome to lunch for the week. And to this day, one of my favorites is a peanut butter and jam sandwich with some fruit. I have some bananas for the week. Oh, dang, my son must have eaten one. I meant to have 5 bananas for the week and 2 apples for the last 2 days. Now, I purchased this jam at my discount store for 99 cents. I realize not everyone can get this brand for 99 cents. However, I do know that you can get a bunch of other different types of brands for about $1.50 to $2 at any store. I already talked about the cost of the peanut butter. There are sales all the time on peanut butter, and then the bread was the cheapest bread at my local store at $1.99. I looked for bakery bread. I looked for clearance bread. Nothing could beat this price. Even the clearance bread was only 16 ounces for $2. This was 20 ounces for $16. That's a pretty good deal. Now this loaf of bread will give you 10.5 sandwiches. You'll even have a little bit extra. I love a PB&J. I love it better than deli sandwich, honestly. It's quick, you can take it with you, it's transportable, and it is delicious. For this meal, I think this is a great lunch, honestly. I'm gonna doctor up some ramen noodles by making a simple stir fry. I'd love some chicken or something. If you had canned chicken, you can add it. I don't have it this time. So I'm gonna toss in 2 scrambled eggs. For my sauce, I'm not going to use the packets in the ramen. Instead, I'll use this brown sugar and some soy sauce to make a little stir fry sauce. So I'm going to turn on my pot, get my noodles boiling, and mix up my sauce right now. I like to start with equal parts brown sugar and soy sauce. This is a 1/4 cup, and my brown sugar is really a little old, so it's a little chunky. So I'm gonna let it sit in there so it can melt just a little bit. To this, I am adding about a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes because I like it spicy. About a 1/2 teaspoon each of this ginger paste, this garlic paste, and a little splash of rice vinegar. My vegetables are not frozen anymore, so I thought I'd throw in my 2 eggs, do a quick scramble right here, and then over here I have my ramen. Well, it was bubbling a second ago, but the ramen will cook over there. Once my ramen is soft and my eggs are cooked, the sauce will go in. I think this would serve me for, I don't know, 2 meals, 2 lunches. Rice, of course, would also work. My noodles are in, here comes the sauce. I'll stir this all together and we will be done. This meal could easily feed a family of 6 for a dinner, but we're gonna do it for 1 person, so I think you could have majorly huge portions for at least 3 dinners with this, or you could save some for lunches. This is my family's pasta jambalaya. It is a longtime family favorite. I know it looks like a weird cast of characters, but trust me, it is delicioso. We're gonna get started by chopping some veggies and making our sauce, which is everything you see here except for the pasta. I'll also get some water boiling for the pasta. I throw the sausage into the cooked and softened onions and peppers, add a can of tomatoes, Rotel's best, but I didn't have that, some black beans, and some Tonys. So you have about 1 teaspoon of the Tonys. I also love to add jalapenos if I have that, a little bit of garlic powder, and about a cup of chicken broth. I just did water and the powdered stuff. Simmer for 10 minutes. It is that easy. After the sauce has simmered for 10 minutes, I drained my cooked pasta, put it in here. So I'm gonna awkwardly stir with my left hand until this is all stirred in here. And then I'm just gonna let it sit in the hot sauce for 5 minutes. Let the noodles kind of soak some of this up because it is a hair on the runny side. And then we will taste for seasoning. If you have cheese, you're welcome to add that. And if you have an extra bag of like frozen broccoli or something, that always goes great on the side. When I have made this for my family, any pasta shape is fine. My preferred is penne, but I did not have that kind. Bow tie is also fine. I had this rotini one, so I wanted to use that up. About 2.5 cups here, here, and here, and 5 cups here. Also, it tastes awesome. It is for the spicy lovers. One of the dinners, you could also use it for lunch if you choose, will make several servings. It is super, super easy. It's basically dump all the cans in a pot soup. It's bean and salsa soup. Dried beans would be more cost efficient, as would a less expensive salsa. I just happen to have this one on hand. And the carrots, you can add them or leave them out. My husband doesn't love carrots in soup, so I may leave them out for this application, but the recipe does call for 1 cup of diced carrots. And then whatever your chicken broth desires are, I find this bulk jar to be the cheapest way to do it. Open all the cans, dump everything into a pot, and let it simmer for 10 minutes. Boom, done. Of course, taste for salt. Friends, I am of the opinion that nobody should go hungry. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you can't afford to go to the grocery store and you need some help, there are tons of programs out there for people like you. So please take advantage of them. These include things like food stamps, WIC, mobile food pantries, crisis centers, local churches, school districts. All of these places will have food assistance for you. And many of the ones here in my town have no income requirements at all. If you're in need, you can show up and they will give you food. If you call the city, the sheriff's department, or the school district, or your library, I guarantee you one of those places will know about all of the options available in your area. Something else that's interesting, I've found smaller towns typically have more programs than larger towns. So if you have the ability to drive, maybe driving just a little bit further out if you live in a big city might be beneficial to you when it comes to feeding your family. Now, of course, eating on an extremely tight budget like this does not allow for all of the fruits and vegetables that I wish I could buy. It doesn't allow for all the protein that I typically like to eat in my normal diet. It's just a way to show you that it can be done on a very, very low budget. You can have delicious meals with not a ton of cash, so you don't have to go hungry in your house. If you want to check out my eating for $2 a day and eating for $1 a day video, I'll leave those down below in the doobly-doo. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I also wanted to make sure you knew that I had a website. It's frugalfitmom.com. It has free recipes for you to check out. Remember, delicious food does not have to be expensive. It just has to be well seasoned. And if you're a beginner, don't worry, I messed up a ton when I was a newbie, but this is definitely a skill you can learn and get better at. If you're feeling unconfident in the kitchen, just give it a try and see what you come up with. Use all of the free resources that are out there, all of the recipe blogs, all of the YouTube videos, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.